Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today I am going to film my combined favorites for April and May. Last month was finals month. I've complained about that plenty on my channel and social media, so I didn't really do much in the way of fun whatsoever that month, but I did get the chance to squeeze in a little bit of reading time, and definitely hands down my book favorite for April is Marrow by Tarryn Fisher. I'm editing my video on that currently, but this needs to go up before that, though I did film this like way earlier in the month of May, but whatever. And like, can we talk about how beautiful this cover is? It's the house and the girl, and then the house, and then the wheelchair, and then oh my god, I love the design of this. It's very beautifully done. But so my thoughts on this book will go up later in the month. My other book favorite is a book that I don't have with me. I'm lending it to my friend Megan, and it is called Mouthful of Forevers by Clementine von Radix. And it is a chapter book, little collection of poetry deal, and I also am editing my video review for that. I filmed that one a while back, and that was before finals. And then I just haven't got around to editing it, though I have started now, so expect both of those up. And if you have a preference of which one you would prefer to see first, let me know down there in the comments, so I will put that whichever one up for you guys. Majority rules. I started reading this one earlier in the month and I stormed through it. I read most of it when I was house sitting. It is called The Law of Moses by Amy Harmon. Harmon, right? Yes. And I really loved it, and I started to hit a snag, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue. I should. I probably will. Reality is I probably will. It's probably just one of those lulls that all of the books go through and I just need to power through it. But I'm like about 120 pages in or so, and it's a big book. I'll get through it though. I'll keep you guys updated. And then the other thing that I've been reading this month, but mostly earlier in the month, is Along Came a Storm by Austen Degelman. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I tend to take my time reading poetry. Why is my name engraved in this? That's awesome. My father probably did it. It's in doctor handwriting. He's not even a doctor. But I've been really loving this, and I'm going to, for my poetry favorites, which I'm actually doing a separate video for, I know, finally, I'm going to read a little bit from that, so I'm not going to talk about it very much, so you can check out my poetry favorites, which should be up, right after this, and I mean, within an hour after this video. Also, apologies that the lighting is so horrible, but it's not working today, but we're looking past it. Oh, also, before I forget, another thing that I'm currently reading right now, but my Kindle's dead. It is Never Never. I got the second copy when I was at RT, and I'm like, well, I haven't even read the first one, but now I have the second one because cliffhangers from the first one, so now I feel like I can just power through it all, and I'm almost 70% done with it, so I'm really enjoying it. Now I'm going to talk about my TV/Netflix/movie favorites. I've been watching Family Feud, an embarrassing amount. I feel like I've seen most of the episodes. When I was house sitting, I house sat for 3 days. I found the Game Show Network the first night that I was there, and I just didn't change the channel because Family Feud was on all day, every day, and so I got this weird addiction to it. And then I was staying at a hotel with my mom, and we found the Game Show Network, and we watched Family Feud the whole time. So I'm watching a lot of Family Feud for the past 2 months. That's a carryover favorite. Oh, other favorite that has not been a downer whatsoever is Outlander. I'm waiting for the finale. I'm so excited. It's really intense, and it makes me want to try to read the book again, though I don't think I actually will. We'll have to see how this finale leaves me, and then I might, have that urge to pick it up. And then for movies, these are both movies that I've actually watched this month, because I pretty much, stuck to my Family Feud last month. I watched Interstellar with my mother, and I didn't know what I expected with that movie. We were both like, oh, well, we like spacey movies. And I'm like, yeah, as long as it's not gravity realistic, because I can't handle that because big open spaces and no. But I heard that it's a little bit science fiction-y, so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a shot because then I can, rationalize that this isn't real. And I loved it. I kind of expected to be it was okay or it felt long, but honestly, I loved that movie, a lot. I was very surprised. I feel like I will do a horrible job explaining it, so I recommend just going and looking up a little quick synopsis, just because it was a long movie, so I feel like my summary would be really long. And then the other movie that I watched earlier this month was Martha, May, Marlene. Is that the right order? Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. And it's about this woman who kind of joins this cult-ish group, and it's weird. It's a really weird one. It has Elizabeth Olsen in it, and I just have such a girl crush on her. I think she's stunning. And I've watched a few other movies with her in it called In Secret, which, oh, I loved. I don't know if I mentioned that in favorites or not before, but that's on Netflix, and I love that. The Martha one I got on my on-demand. But it's really weird, and it feels almost silent movie-esque, and there's not a lot of dialogue at all. But I dig it. I really loved it. I don't even know if I could give you a legitimate summary because there's so many like loose ends that are left, but I didn't mind that there were so many questions that I had after the movie. Now we're going to talk about music, and I have to quickly mention like one song because this really strange thing happened to me last month where I listened to The Graveyard Near My House, the live version, all the time. I got in my car, I would try to listen to something else, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear Graveyard Near My House. I listened to that thing on repeat. I kid you not, I listened to no other music for the entire month last month. And I never got sick of it. That's the other really crazy thing. Like, I can still listen to it now, and I'm not tired of it. I love it. And The Graveyard Near My House by They Were in Toxic Event has this really, really beautiful lyric, and I think it's one of the favorites I've ever heard. It's like poetry. The writing to the lyrics is just all the poetry. I talk about them a lot. They're one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But the lyric goes like, if you die before I die, I'll carve your name out of the sky. And I think it's really beautiful, and that whole song is like fucking poetry, and I prefer the live to the studio version, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. I kind of got to that point where I wasn't listening to it to memorize it, though I did have it memorized, but I wanted to be able to do it without even hearing a freaking tune, just to go through that entire song and know it by heart. You know what they say, well, Janet Fitch says, to learn poetry by heart, let it become the marrow in your bones, like fluoride in the water, it'll make you impervious to the world's soft decay. That's what I want with good, hearty, meaningful poetry and books and lyrics and words. Just words, I guess, to be short. I've also been listening to Eric Baker a lot. Do I Ever Cross Your Mind is probably my favorite, and again, that was a live one that this month, more or less, I've been listening to a lot. I also started listening to Imagine Dragons' new album, and I've been really loving Polaroid and I'm So Sorry and Gold. I don't really like all of the album, but I like the very, like, I don't know, cinematic feel where it's just like, that was my description of music. I don't know, it's very, like, feels like it belongs in a movie trailer. And I've also been listening to Andrew Duhon, D-U-H-O-N, Andrew Duhon. I've been listening to Pandora a lot, and it's mostly his station and Eric Baker's station. I've been really digging. I like the word digging, apparently, too. And now some of my more random favorites, things like makeup and whatnot that I've been using quite a lot the past few months. And they're all lip products, because you can't tell that I'm obsessed with lipsticks or anything, can ya? The first one is by MAC, and it is Coral Bliss. It is a cream sheen, so it goes on very sheer, so this isn't like the color that you get. I mean, you can build it up a bit, but, you know. And I have makeup on the back of my hand, so we're using my wrist. So that's that color. It's very sheer and creamy and not drying whatsoever. Don't get on it. No. This is not a good idea. And then the next one is by Maybelline, and it is called Warm Me Up, and it is like a brownie nude in the tube, but it looks more pink on me. It looks a lot more brown in person than it's showing up in the viewfinder. But it is like this very perfect My Lips But Better in a little bit darker shade. So I've been really digging it, and I can do like sheer, and it looks more like My Lips, and then I go darker, and it looks more like mauvey brownie. And then this looks so beat up. I got it like 3 or 4 months ago. It is by Bite Beauty, and it is the Agave Lip Mask, and it comes in a little squeezy tube thing that I've like totally destroyed. This is like a stupid expensive lip product, but my lips were so dry and I was fed up with it, and I like wearing bold lips, and sometimes that does dry my lips out. And so I thought, I'm just going to invest, I'm going to invest in a really good quality lip product, and this is also food grade, which, I mean, you do end up like eating your lipstick. I know that sounds gross, but like, it's your mouth. If you eat any, you eat it. Get it? So this is like $28 for this tube, but I mean, I have like 3/4 of it left still. I mean, I made a pretty decent dent in it, and I've had it for a while. And my last random favorite is coffee, and I have a specific kind of coffee. I've been really loving the iced vanilla lattes from Starbucks, because our hotel that we stayed in at RT, the Hyatt Regency Dallas, it had a 24-hour coffee shop, and their coffee is strong. I mean, their house blend that they make on the different levels, even the ones that they make at the Starbucks, it was all really strong. So I had to definitely get lattes because I just could not handle that robust stuff. If you want to know what my past 2 months poetry favorites are, which it won't be too long of a video, but I have been reading a bit of poetry, so hopefully I have some little nuggets of goodness, then check down there in the description where I will have a video linked and ready for you to click upon. Don't forget to tell me which review you would like to see first, Marrow or Mouthful of Forevers. Let me know, and your wish is my command. I feel like a genie. Rub the bottle, rub me the right way. Now I'm gonna start singing Christina Aguilera. But I will see you guys later next time on Bookworms Talk. Bye.